Okay, welcome. This is the Beavercreek Township Board of Zoning Appeals. This evening, we have one case to hear, and the way we work this, the way that it is operated, is we will have the staff read what has been submitted and their comments on it. Then we will open it to public comment, wanting to hear for the case itself. Then we will ask for any other comments or people who wish to speak against it. Then we will close the public portion of the meeting for discussion amongst the members of the committee. Before we get started, we do have to call roll.
Mr. Hemrick?
Here.
Mr. Huntsman?
Here.
Mr. Key?
Here.
Mr. Thomas?
Here.
If you would read.
I'm gonna stand up because I didn't get one in.
Okay, okay.
It's nice and big, I don't need my letter.
Hey, that's it, fantastic.
The purpose of the hearing is so the BZA may review and act on a variance request, case number 843, made by property owner George Long. The nature of the request is to seek a variance from the requirement that no accessory structure is to exceed 900 square feet in area. The applicant is seeking a variance from the requirements of Article 18.055. Within any residential district, the total floor area of accessory buildings shall not be larger than 50% of the footprint of the main building, or 900 square feet, whichever is less. The proposed accessory structure takes up 1,200 square feet. The property is located at 3175 Sunny Ann Place in the unincorporated area of Beavercreek Township and is zoned PUD R1AA.
Thank you. Do we have the staff report?
Sure, thank you. So applicant George Long is requesting a variance related to the Township Zoning Resolution, Article 18, again, which states that the maximum area of accessory structures is 900 square feet. They'd like to erect a garage which exceeds this level. In working with Mr. Long, staff has made suggestions to the applicant in order to provide the best information to the board. Included in your packet is a copy of an email from Mark Isaacson of Greene County Public Health confirming the viability of the proposed project, that it doesn't interfere with any leach fields. In addition, Ken Middleton met with Mr. Long on his property, walked it, and confirmed with him and with myself that the proposed addition will not negatively impact stormwater management or drainage. Finally, our department is currently working on a rewrite of this exact section of code. You may, esteemed members of the board may have seen many of these cases where we have consistently as a staff recommended the approval of variances for accessory structures on properties which have enough lot size, lot area to support the impervious surface.
Right.
So the Board of Appeals, again, has regularly granted this type of variance in the past, not to say that precedent requires a granting this time, but that it signals to us that that section of the code needs updated to reflect the varying lot sizes within the township. I say that only to let you know that that is something that we are currently working on getting through zoning commission and into the resolution. Staff recommends that the board grants the variance with any conditions that you may wish to impose.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Do we have anyone wishing to speak for the case tonight?
That would be you.
That would be you. Okay, but you have to go to the podium, and there's a little card there.
Little thing with an O.
Yeah, if you would read and put your name and address in there.
Okay, George Long, 3175 Sunny Ann Place, Xenia, Ohio, 45385. Solemnly swear that statements I'm about to make before the Beavercreek Township Board of Zoning Appeals are true to the best of my knowledge and belief.
Thanks.
I just want to build a garage. I've got all kind of storage issues that, everybody. Vicky's the only person that can see it from the neighborhood. And I tried to bring it over her property farm because it won't be a bother. So, that's what I'm gonna get done.
Okay. Now, you already have a garage, correct?
2-car attached.
2-car attached, okay. And do you have any other outbuildings?
No.
No? Okay, this would be the first unattached.
Yeah, the rest of them are the temporary sheds you buy at, you know, Costco and
Yeah,
store stuff.
yeah. And you have a septic system. Do you have a well?
No,
Okay, you're on county water.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the guy from the septic, he's been out there and looked at it, and he says, I've got enough room for a duplicate system if I needed it.
Mm-hmm.
They made me build 2 when I started, so I don't think that's ever gonna be an issue. The guy from Soil and Water came out to look at, you know, the drainage, because I wanted to make sure that what I did didn't affect the pond
Mm-hmm.
on Vicky's property, because we're trying to encourage water to go down in that area too.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, yep, he says it won't hurt a thing, he says you want to tile this one area just to make sure it doesn't get blocked.
Right, and you have a curtain drain also, if I read the applicant right, or the application.
And a under drain all over the pond.
Okay, real good.
So what'll happen is I put in a culvert and this will hold that curtain drain and foundation drain, plus anything that runs down, catch it running into that deep pond.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you.
Sure,
Thank you. Is there anyone else, you, would you like to speak for or against?
No, I'm just here to check it out.
Oh, okay, okay, that's fine. Well, seeing that, were there any written submissions to the record? Okay. Well, if hearing that there's no other public testimony, let's go ahead and close the public portion and talk amongst ourselves. Max was correct. We've worked over the years based upon essentially the lot size, not the actual footprint of the dwellings itself. You know, it's really hard when someone has multiple acres to say you can't have a little bit larger building. So, but we've had the converse, and over by the Conservancy is a good example. They wanted to build a garage bigger than their house. So, they weren't allowed to do that. So,
I have some questions.
yeah.
You stated that you had some temp,
I don't,
Mr. Long?
I know where Leo's going tonight.
did you state that you had some temporary tents or buildings or,
Temporary tents.
okay? Is it your, is it your intent to get rid of those once the garage is built? All of them?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's perfect.
Okay, let's see. And I don't see anywhere, unless I missed it, we don't need a height variance on this building, do we?
Yeah.
So you're in here for size and height variance?
Yeah. I don't remember that. What height did you
Well,
go?
I submitted it in 4-foot walls, and that's based on the fact that the other item I put in here was to show you why, and that shows, that. And the short, here it is,
It's 14 feet at the top, is it not? Huh? Is it 14 feet at the top?
No,
12-foot wall is gonna be taller.
because the wall's 12. First one,
15.
flat roof on it.
So we're, so this needs to be a height variance also, doesn't it?
How tall, do you know how tall it'll be? You know how tall it'll be?
Yeah, it'll be under 20 foot,
Uh,
under 20.
Under 20.
So I have it here, building height listed as
That's,
against the wall.
that's the sidewalls.
Yeah, and the reason, if you use that height calculator right there, it's the minimum I can get by with to store 2 cars in one spot.
Yeah, that's no problem, I just, height isn't an issue, but if it gets to be over a certain height, it needs to have a variance for it, just like a size variance. So you'd need a height and a size variance.
So is there 2 approaches we have to do here?
So I didn't know if, what is the height, because it's not figured to the very peak anyway, it's the average of the truss.
Yeah.
Basically about halfway down on the truss, on the gable end of the truss is where you draw a line. So what pitch roof are you gonna have?
He said 412 is what it showed.
412 and you got a 12-foot wall,
It's a low pitch.
30 foot,
so, and it's 30 feet,
15.
so
by
12 should be okay.
It'll end up 15, 16 feet,
Well,
somewhere in there.
Yeah, at least in the package I'm reading, the design build, it says building height 12 feet.
Yeah, that's, when I
Yeah.
accepted the application, that's what we were.
That's just the
working
walls.
That's the wall.
So,
Well, yeah, oh, okay,
Yeah, that's not that's why I'm questioning that.
no, I'm not,
good catch.
You know, I want him to build a 30-foot tall building
No, good catch.
without a variance.
Good catch. I
That came
I
from
did not
Menards.
see that. I saw
Yeah.
12 feet, and I was like, oh, okay, you know, which is standard.
so I can pull up the, height requirements here, but I believe it's 16, is it not, Lori? 14?
14, yeah.
What we've typically gone on.
But as Leo was saying, that it's not the peak, it's in the
It's the-
center, yeah.
It's the middle.
And
It's-
there's
it's-
been some
it's like an
debate over that.
average.
I know.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying this is a deal killer at all. I'm just saying that to make it official,
Yeah,
and somebody can't come back and complain later when he constructs it, say, oh, that thing is, do we need to be prepared to say, he got a height and a size variance?
yeah.
Is my only thing.
Yeah, he can amend, yeah, we
Okay.
can have
Okay.
him amend the application.
Well, but does that mean coming back and all that?
No,
Okay,
no,
okay, so
we can do it
discuss
tonight.
that.
Right, we can
Now,
do it.
my suggestion in talking of height is that, are you sure that 12 feet's gonna be high enough?
On the sidewall,
Because we possibly would grant you a taller building.
okay. 12 is the minimum I can get by with, and I can't put a truck underneath of it. So 14 is what,
So would you rather have 16-foot walls?
14 foot would work.
14.
You want 14? I'm just saying, we have also told other applicants before,
Yes.
is you sure this building's big enough for what you wanna do?
Yeah.
You know?
One thing I don't wanna do, to tell you the honest truth, if I had a choice, is in that neighborhood, the roofs are peaked pretty tall.
Right.
And I don't really wanna build something that's totally out of character, which the 4-pitch roof is gonna make me do.
Yeah, 412 is not very steep,
No, it's not.
not very peaked.
No, so if I had a variance where I could build it up a little bit, it would still be, my house is 3 stories on that side, cause it has a walkout basement. Her house is 18 foot of floors plus like an 812 pitch.
Right,
It's a very
right.
tall roof.
Okay.
It wouldn't be out of character to do that.
So I guess between us, we can talk more about the height, and if he wants to make it a 14-foot wall or a 16-foot wall, if we
Well,
grant him a,
what we need to have for the final record is from ground to peak, is the height that we need.
Put a limit there, is what you're saying.
We need to.
and we don't do ground to peak.
That's typically how it's been interpreted.
When I did my height variance many years ago, and it hasn't changed, it was an average, and we've done it in here since, it was an average, it's called an average of that truss.
Well, I was
And
gonna say,
because
when
people
we
are like,
issue
"Oh."
permits, people will say, how big can I, how tall, how big? And I tell them, if they're residential, that it can be no more than 900 square feet.
Right,
And it
I-
has to be 14 feet at the peak, is what I've always been told.
Yeah, well, it's actually 14 feet to the average.
So we just
But anyway.
we just need to somehow get the total height.
So we can grant a variance and he can make it as tall as he wants, I guess, or we can specify, not
Not to exceed.
not to
Not to
exceed.
exceed,
Okay.
That'll work.
Is there
Yeah.
a driveway going back to the, are you gonna have a driveway to it?
Yeah, but right now, it's, what it ended up being, Mark, was, when the folks that built her house, built their place, they asked me if they could cut a swath through there to feed the pond. And I said, sure, no problem. Well, it became a real handy spot to go back to the garden,
Yeah.
you know, things like that, so we just use it like that, so, yeah, it'll have a driveway going back to it.
Is
It's
that-
already there.
Is that gonna be over your leach field?
No,
That behind it.
No, it's behind it,
no,
It's behind it.
yeah.
beside it, it runs up the fence line.
I was gonna say, it's not behind it, it's, cause his house is out in front of it.
Right here.
What?
Behind it, the leach field's
No,
right
I know
here.
where the garage is, but the driveway. The
Oh.
driveway to it.
No, I think it goes, well, he just said along the fence line,
To where?
up to here. It's the only place it could go.
So, can you, Mr. Long?
Where's the front of the house?
Point it out here as the.
Right here?
This is the front?
Mhm.
So this is in his front yard?
No, this is a backyard. No, here's his road, his driveway coming up to it. There we go. There we go.
That's my regular driveway right there,
Coming
Yeah,
off the
that's
street.
this thing here.
and this is Vicky's house over here. And
It raised it up a little.
right here is the pond feed, okay? And right along this, well, there's my canoes, right there is the path that we cut for the pond. So there's already an existing road, if you will, driveway that you use right here, right on down through there. That's where it would be.
Sit up.
And the garage was sit right about,
Someone's out in front of the house?
No, it's right where his finger's at, right
Yeah, I
there.
know. And that's closer to the road than his house.
huh?
That'd be closer to the road than your house is?
Yeah, a little bit, not much.
It wouldn't be in his required front yard, but he'd have plenty of feet before he
Yes,
hit the
side yard.
required front yard.
Well, for a setback,
Yeah.
I understand that, but we normally don't build buildings in front yards. It'd be more to the side.
Are you gonna gravel that drive?
It's gravel now.
It is gravel now?
Can you put it farther back or not?
I could, but the reason I set it there is so Vicky wouldn't have to look at it.
Yeah, I prefer it not be further back, just because
Okay.
of my back deck.
Yeah, if it sits
You
right
get-
in there, she won't see it, it'll be right in front of her garage door. That's kind of what I was thinking. The reason I want it there is because I want to be able to look out of it, and I don't want to be able to see my neighbors.
Well, I understand, I can understand all that, but, you know, to me, that's really encroaching on the front yard. It's my opinion. I mean, like,
Well, it's not right here, if you look at that,
It's pretty wide though, you know.
way inside.
I understand it's wide, but it's, if you drew a line straight across, it's in the front yard.
I guess if you took it like this, I mean, like if the line went parallel to the
It's
house.
it's closer to the street than his house. Doesn't that put it in the front yard?
Yeah.
It's all wooded
What?
there, though, you're not even gonna see it from the road.
Well, there's a difference between front yard and required front yard.
Yeah.
It's 242 foot from the street.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the view from the street.
Well, I'm just saying, I
Hang on
don't think
here.
my house is back that far.
That way.
From the drawing here, it looks like the furthest forward in his yard, the building is the left corner of the house. And that it looks like, at least on this drawing, that it's set behind your house.
It is. It is, it'll be behind the house, it'll be about the middle of it, and then on the side.
distorted about it. I'm looking at this official drawing. If you drew a line right straight across, parallel to that road, it's way out in front of the house, but just for whatever it's worth. Okay, that's all I got for now.
Not an issue, but it's not in front of the house.
That was,
I don't want it in front of the house. It's right across the, if you look at the garage from, on my neighbor, right where it says 357, and come across, that's where it's gonna be. So it's not in front of the house.
yeah, one of the things, it's an odd shaped lot, so you gotta take that into consideration. So, okay, so there's going to have to be some language in any motion that's made that states that, the total height cannot exceed a certain height in order to keep it, reasonable.
Seems like memory serving, it was like 25 feet in it.
With a 412 pitch? I don't know.
Well, he said he might go 612 pitch or something like that.
I'd like to do a bigger picture.
Yeah, 612 is pretty
Our,
good.
our bylaws don't talk about peak,
No,
okay?
no, it doesn't. No,
It's
no,
an
no, I
average.
know, I know.
So, in telling them to the peak, that's conservative, which is good on our part.
Right. You got that, yes.
Because it can add like 2 or 3 feet to the height of the building, 2 or 3, 4, 5 feet.
Right, right.
A 612 will make it almost
Which I don't
20
have a
feet
problem with the
tall.
height anyway.
At 12 foot,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
612 will make it almost 20.
yeah.
Yeah, if you do 612,
Yeah.
which he'd like a steeper roof, he said,
Yeah.
so.
I don't think the steeper roof would change staff's recommendation. I can say that.
Right.
Okay.
No, and neither would the height.
No.
Correct, yeah,
Right.
I don't think that would change our recommendation.
I just feel that we need to grant a height and size variance.
You're right, and,
Um,
forgive me, I was reading the submitted Menards thing that said building height 12 feet.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
If you want a 12-foot garage door, you gotta have just about 14-foot sidewalls,
Yep.
I'll tell you that.
Yep.
So typically 2 feet higher than
Yeah.
what the door
It can be done at 13, but
And there's
I
nothing
don't
worse than putting a
recommend it.
lift in and having to worry about hitting the ceiling.
I don't know if you got a camper or anything like that.
Okay?
That was my thoughts.
Yeah.
If you do, you better have at least 12 foot, cause
Yeah,
the air conditioner and all that, they get
Well,
tall.
for whatever it's worth, my fifth wheel is 13 feet 5 inches tall. And I didn't know that till after I bought it. So,
Ken told me he built his place, he says, don't do 12 foot, he said, do 14.
Yeah,
yeah, at least, yeah.
yeah, you can.
Okay,
All right, I'm done there for the moment. I might have a few conditions.
okay, well, you wanna go ahead and,
Well, I
Johnny got anything?
No, all of my questions were answered.
Okay. Andy?
I
Anything
think
more?
I've got it answered, yeah.
Do you wanna try to craft?
And you talking about having a lift and everything, you're not planning to do any commercial type repair work there, just for you, hobbyist? Okay. I will put that in there as a condition. I put that on every height and size, variance. I would like to put that on there just to cover our butts,
Sure.
you know.
That it would not be
God forbid he
commercial.
sells the house to somebody and they decide to start working on cars there.
Right.
The neighbor's not gonna be very happy.
Right, right. No.
Right, and rightly so. So, you want me to make a motion then?
Yeah.
I make a motion to approve the height and size variance requests with,
The following conditions.
the following conditions. There's,
Case 843.
Case 843.
yeah, case 843. The first condition would be, did we decide on a height? 25 feet
Under-
total?
Wasn't it
For-
keeping it under 20?
The peak.
Was that mentioned?
We'll make it whatever we want. You want. The roofs over in that neighborhood are pretty, like he said, they're
His
pretty
house is
steep and
tall.
pretty tall.
What height would you want? I guess, put it that,
I would say, just so I don't don't get in any trouble, if you made it 25 foot, that gives me a 14-foot wall and a chance to put a pitch on it.
But, okay. So first condition would be, max height of 25 feet.
To the peak, to the roof peak.
Okay,
To the roof peak?
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. Second condition would be that, upon completion of the building, of course, you can always say that it's not complete, it's a problem. So I don't want to word this, on the temporary storage buildings, tents to be removed. But if you put upon completion, the person could say, well, it's not completed yet. So let's say
1 year.
Upon,
1 year,
or upon
There you go.
occupancy or
The variance is
use.
good for a year.
Huh?
The variance is good for a year if they don't
To
act on
start.
it. Yeah,
That's to start.
Yeah, to start.
So you could say within a year, all the other ones have to be removed.
okay.
Yeah.
Are you planning to start right away or spring?
Well, I'd like to get the foundation in.
Okay. So would there be a problem in saying, we'd like to see the tent thing go away, which is one of our driving issues, forces to approve larger buildings for people to store stuff inside,
Or any other sheds.
or any other sheds, you know, we try to, so, let's put in there a condition that, temporary buildings / sheds / tents would be removed
Within 6 months
Within
of
6.
occupancy of the new building.
within 6 months of occupancy of the new building.
Temporary tents.
Out, any type of temporary outbuildings,
Storage
Sheds.
Storage.
Any other
Storage
Temporary
boxes, any
tents
kind of
and/or
temporary,
storage facility,
yes.
yeah, anything, you know, that's,
storage.
you know, we're not gonna go after a yard barn if he has it, but if he's got a shipping container sitting there. Well, we had that up here in the Conservancy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I think we're up to,
Let me make sure, temporary tents and/or storage facilities such as shipping containers are to be removed,
Right.
are to be removed within
6 months of occupancy of the new structure.
6 months of.
Is that what I see on the other side of the house? Is that the storage things? Is it,
of
okay.
the new structure, okay.
and then the third one I would put on there is to make sure, no driveway of any kind is to be constructed across the leach field area, the existing leach field. He has no intentions of doing it, but you gotta think into the future.
Right.
Leach field
Someone-
or
someone
backup-
buys- pardon?
Backup leach field as well,
Across any existing leach.
across any proposed leach. Cause we don't wanna,
No, I would say we don't wanna get into saying they can't put a driveway in on a leach field that's not there yet. Just over the existing.
just over the existing, okay.
Because like you said, he's got enough leach field there for the next 150 years, and then some.
Okay.
I think that too. Yeah.
Just to, you know, prevent driveway to be over that. Okay, that's we covered the height, no commercial auto repair, did we get that?
But for them to, is that really needed? Because if they, in order to do any commercial, they would have to get a,
Home occupancy.
change that and get, yeah.
That's assuming we know they're
I
doing.
understand that, but either way, if we put it in there,
It doesn't do anything.
doesn't do anything. Whoever would do any commercial, they're either going to try to do, whether it's in here or not, or they're gonna follow the
Right, but
Right.
if we tell them no commercial, and she gets a complaint that they're doing commercial work out of the building, she can go out there and enforce it.
she could anyway.
I wouldn't doubt you got covenants that they were not allowed, probably.
She could anyway, because without getting,
Yeah.
It's not that strict.
Okay, I was just wanting to,
But yeah, I would have to be able to prove, and I can't just walk on,
right,
yeah.
And you only act on complaints,
Yeah, yeah.
so.
But I mean, we can put it in, I'm just saying it's repetitive because they can't do commercial work without coming to us first to get it.
Well, they
Okay.
can. I mean, they were running that auto parts, that Lamborghini auto parts place out of the Conservancy
Mm-hmm.
house and did it for years, and I think might still be doing it.
Well, they're supposed to have moved to Waynesville, I don't know if they're
Yeah.
still there or not.
You know what I'm saying? And they had storage boxes and
Yeah.
containers and,
You're gonna get all kinds of people that are going to try, same thing with the glue factory, all kinds of people that are going to try to do it. So no matter what you put down, if they're set to do it, they're gonna do it.
I understand. So you're saying we've already got things in place that
Right,
if she
yeah.
got a complaint on it, okay, that's fine. KISS, keep it simple, silly.
Mm-hmm.
So just
All right, I
to
think that's-
confirm real quick, 25-foot max height roof, temporary buildings, sheds, tents, or other temporary storage facilities must be removed within 6 months of occupancy of the new structure, and no driveway of any kind shall be constructed across any existing leach field. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
You good with that?
Yeah.
You ready for a vote?
Motion's been made. Is there a second?
Oh,
I'll second it.
Okay, it's
hang
been
on. Is that
second.
you, Andy?
Yes.
Just make darn sure that's all the bigger you want it.
Okay. And,
It isn't big enough.
is
We
there,
can grant you a
You're gonna
variance for a
regret
bigger
it.
building.
is,
Okay, okay.
is, is there any
You're in a good mood today, Leah.
Yep.
is there any
Yeah, I'm all
discussion
for-
on the motion?
I'm all for nice big workshops.
Is there any discussion amongst the board members on the motion? No hearing, no further discussion, call for a vote.
Mr. Henry?
Yes.
Mr. Huntsman?
Yes.
Mr. P?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Hang tight, we're gonna write a little,
Yeah.
you wrote it down better than I did. I'm gonna let you, I filled out the rest of it. I'll just let you. Written down that's not easy than I did. The first page is okay, don't need to sign, it's just the second page where you're gonna put the conditions. And then Brent will sign and the applicant will sign.
It's amazing, that leach field is in amongst all those trees. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. It's not much of a, yeah.
Oh, goodness. That's amazing, because the
If-
first thing those roots do is go right down and
Tell
find
me,
all that.
tell
every
me about
crack.
it. I know all about that.
Dang, gone.
Yeah.
Huh. It's amazing. Let's see here.
Here's your cord.
Oh, thank you. How'd that drop that?
No, when you pulled your paper,
Oh.
it went flying.
Oh. Yeah, that's amazing. That looks like a lot of trees right here, doesn't it? Right in here?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
They like did the ditch digging in between the trees.
Well, you might be on old gravel too.
Yeah. But
Is he
still, the
fine?
root's fine then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
They're gonna be the big source of water.
Oh, yeah, they sure do. Fertilize water.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They love that.
You can always tell where the leach field is by looking at the thick grass growing.
yeah.
It's
There's
greener on-
actually a book out. The grass is always greener over the leach
over
field.
the leach field,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's,
Or
In the
septic
middle
tank.
of the summer.
yeah, yeah.
And, yeah, in the middle of the
Middle
summer.
of the
You
summer.
can see mine and, when it's starting to
Oh,
get dry out.
I know, you can see mine.
You can see the one that I'm using.
Yeah.
I have two different ones.
You,
Switch 'em.
you have the valve, the ball
I
valve
don't,
on
I
it?
just have to get down in this box area and cap one off and open one up.
Okay,
I wasn't that fancy in 1984, I guess.
yeah.
I just switched it for the first time in 15 years.
Uh,
I do it about once a year.
Do ya?
Switch- Yeah. Switch
Yeah.
fields. What do they recommend?
Yeah, keeps them both healthy.
I,
Yeah.
it's first time I had the septic tank pumped out in 15 years, and it was in great shape.
Oh, that's
It was
fantastic.
doing good.
That's a long time.
Here's one more. You wanna start getting sun?
That's actually the key, is to keep it pumped, so you don't get all the phosphates out into the leach
Yeah,
field.
and you know, I put my water softener salt in, water in there and everything.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Doesn't bother.
It doesn't.
Doesn't kill the bacteria or nothing.
Nope, 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 nope,
It's
nope.
amazing.
No, no. There's a lot of studies have been done on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It works.
The conditions, and then this is the.
Well, and you know, think about it. You got bacteria in the ocean. It's salt water.
Yeah.
You know.
Different type, but yeah.
People argue the cows come home about putting it in your septic tank. Oh no, you shouldn't do that. What do you want me to do with it?
Those
It is.
systems that, and I'm not sure what they call, but you basically have your own, wastewater,
Oh, an aeration system?
like an aeration, yeah.
Yeah.
How, do they, work very well, or?
There are a lot of
There's
maintenance.
one for you, he's doing the other one.
Okay, there are a lot of maintenance, and if you don't keep them up, they are horrible.
What is this?
Aeration systems
Ah.
for septic systems.
You're not talking about the mound, are you?
Huh? No, 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 the Wisconsin mound, no, this is nothing but an aerator in your,
Yeah.
tank,
Oh,
in your septic tank.
there's the problem. We got a Wisconsin mound in Ohio.
Yeah.
I just figured it out.
It's in the
Son
wrong
of a
state.
gun.
Did you get the second page?
I guess that's where they came up with it from, I don't know.
Well, that
It is.
And then we'll
God
have
awful
the other
looking
copy,
thing,
and
that
then we'll
mound in
keep
your
one,
yard and
and
them pipes all sticking up.
give the other one to
Yeah.
Mr. Long. as soon as
Sure.
It's like,
it is.
oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Max gets done with that
Yeah.
one.
I worked with a fella had to put one in
I've
up
seen
on
'em,
Mud
yeah.
Run Road or Mud Run Road.
Up by Enon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to put in a mound.
Yep.
Good
Yep.
Lord.
It's a mess.
It is. All these white pipes sticking up and caps on them and
Yeah.
all you can do is mow it, I think, or you have to, you allowed to grow grass on it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the grass is an integral part of it.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Holds all the sand in?
No.
Well, we haven't had any meetings in a long time.
It has been.
What, June?
June.
Gee whiz.
June 10th.
Emil would've came, but he fell and
Yeah.
he had foot
I-
surgery and he's got this square box around his foot and he's got 6 or 8 crosses that go through his big toe.
Oh my.
And he's got one sticking out the end of his big toe.
Oh.
Wow.
What'd he do?
Fell. He had his leg on the scooter, and he fell over the scooter
Oh, gee.
and onto that leg. Yesterday evening, and everything was bled all night. He's in excruciating pain anyway. And he says, he called me and said, "We got a meeting today." I said, "Yeah." "I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it or not." I said, "Hey, Mike, stay home."
Yeah.
He said, I'll go ahead and tell them.
Yeah.
I can't make it, but if they need me for a forum,
He said, "Yeah, I have like 3 broken bones and my foot's all busted up, but if you need a quorum," I said, "No."
forum,
We will go ahead and just.
I'll haul him in here.
Oh, man.
They had to make his big toe longer so they could fuse the joints in the toe.
Mm.
So they had to make it longer, and then they had to fuse it at the same time. So he went in like 4 weeks after the surgery, and they said, "Oh, you got to wear that another 6 weeks."
Oh, Lord.
Kidding me.
Oh, jeez.
So that's the damnedest looking thing you've ever seen.
Has he always had trouble with his joints and bones?
Well, he's got arthritis. It's from arthritis.
Oh,
And he's
okay.
got it in each big toe.
Yeah.
He's gonna have the other one done, but he doesn't think it'll be as bad.
Jeez.
I guess the knuckle was completely gone.
Well, that had to make it difficult for him to even walk.
He didn't slow him down any. Go out there and put on all these fertilizers and slit cedar. He did all that right before his surgery. Oh,
Should've
they
went
had 2
30.
acres.
You should've went 30 by 50.
Yeah.
Just telling you.
Andy.
It'll be too small before you know it.
You'll have that thing filled up in no time.
Yeah.
How much money you got?
It isn't that much more, that extra 10 feet.
I know. Hey, Mark, that's how I felt between 30 and 40. Let me get 40.
Well, good luck.
That'll work, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Let's see.
All right, no problem.
All right, gentlemen.
Okay, we have,
That's the minutes.
yeah, we have several sets of minutes
Did
for,
you get a chance to look over the
Mhm.
one minute? And I apologize, I was looking through, gathering my stuff up, and I noticed I had a folder that said BZA minutes, and I opened it up, and there that was, and I completely forgot I got those done.
it was a short meeting that
It was a
night.
very short meeting.
Yeah, it was a very short meeting, yeah,
Very
no.
short meeting.
Okay, let's go ahead and do the May 20th. They've been submitted. Does anyone have any questions, or are there any changes
I
in the
wasn't there.
May 20th
I
minutes?
wasn't there.
No, I don't have any.
I make a motion to approve the minutes
I
for
second. I'm sorry.
For May 20th,
the May
yeah.
20th meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I second.
right.
Got a little bit ahead of myself.
Yeah, John.
John,
John. All right. Mr. Hambrick?
yes.
Mr. Huntsman?
Yes,
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
and let the record show you did an excellent job on it.
Yeah.
Okay, let the record show
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that one had a lot of details.
Yeah.
I wanna get that in there.
What do you do? You have a recording that you listen
I have a
to?
recording, actually, it helps too now that it's on video.
Oh,
So I
okay.
get the video and I get the audio,
Oh,
so
wow.
I can see people interacting, so.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I know, when we started recording, when we started doing the recording with the video instead of just the
Oh,
audio.
Lordy, here we go.
I wasn't too sure, yeah, wasn't too sure I was gonna like it, but it actually does help me.
Huh.
It actually does help.
Well,
So then do you know shorthand?
You know, years ago in high school, I took a class called Nothand, which is similar, but it was intended for like college students to take,
Yeah.
you know, shortened notes. Well, I got
Wow.
married, I didn't go to college at that point.
Right.
I completely forgot it.
Right.
but-
Wow.
Yeah, I would love actually to learn shorthand. I think that would be very, but nobody teaches it anymore.
It's a dying art.
Yeah.
So you listen to that and
I
you just
listen, I do.
type it?
I do.
Really?
And if you'll notice, a
Golly.
lot of that, I mean, because I type very quickly, I've done this for so many
Right.
years. That I can actually, I'll play a little bit and I'll listen to it, then I'll stop it and I'll go back and I'll type, and then, I mean, a lot
Oh,
of it
my.
is pretty much verbatim.
Wow.
It's just easier for me to do it that way. Sometimes I can generalize and just say there was general discussion of.
Yeah.
yes, yes.
But there was a lot of specific discussion, especially with the proposed nursing home.
Right,
yeah.
consolidation,
right,
that
Strong
I
Hill
wanna make
Village.
sure I got it.
Yeah, you wanted to have that covered.
So that if
Good.
anything, my whole point in doing the detailed minutes is so, if something goes to court,
Right.
when the judge looks through it, he can say, oh, okay, I understand what happened, what was said, what occurred in
Yeah.
the meeting.
Right,
I don't ever want a judge to kick something back to you guys because those minutes weren't,
no,
like the Wood years. Remember when that came out?
yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yes, because the minutes just were not.
Hmm.
Right,
That was someone before me, and they just weren't detailed enough, and the judge couldn't make heads or tails out of what happened
right.
at the hearing, so.
Hmm.
Not on my watch.
He asked me about it, trust me.
Did you get a chance to look over the June?
Yes, I was just getting ready to say, we'd like to go ahead and comment or accept the minutes for June 17th, 2020.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of the June 17th, 2020 BZA meeting.
I'll second.
Mr. Henry?
Yes?
Mr. Huntsman?
Yes.
Mr. Song?
Yes. The gentlemen's, yeah, I didn't bring those with me.
And Ed's not here tonight,
Oh, yes, I
part
do.
timer?
Well, we told him
Yeah, I'm
he could have
sorry.
a night off. We told him we thought we could do it.
You didn't have to tell him twice, did you?
I got that.
Yeah, you went
I
to
was
May.
thinking of May.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
Yeah, and I didn't bring
Good.
that
When
with
he's
me.
Okay.
in the office, he's working.
Yeah.
They've got him and Matt doing a lot of projects.
Yeah?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember, and this has been earlier this year, we had a request for a variance off of, what's the road? Off, between Beaver Valley Road. And that was for the sports fitness building that they were,
The Bombers?
Oh, that's been a while back.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's been
That's
a while
on-
back.
Yeah, that's been a while back.
Part of the approval was a condition that they put a light at their end of their driveway or beginning of the driveway coming in. That has not happened yet.
I'll have to go back and look at that.
What's the name of the building?
It's the, Bombers CrossFit.
Oh, yeah.
It's the one that's right there by Nathaniel's Grove.
I'm familiar with Bombers.
Yeah.
So not being part of that particular case, as you remember it, you said,
But there's supposed to be a light.
I was the one that,
At the driveway entrance.
I was the one that put the condition on.
Overhead light
Yeah.
or driveway light,
Don't
overhead?
sorry.
Yeah, a light right at the driveway, so people could see a car sitting there at night.
Okay.
We will pull that up and take a look, and then I can get hold of them.
Did you get a rough idea of when that might have occurred?
2 years ago?
Oh, at least.
No, I don't think it's been, well, it could have
I
been.
wanna say it may have been like 3.
Yeah, it's at least 2, going on 3.
I'll go back, I'll look it up tomorrow. Thank you for bringing that up.
That's the one where Don Frick told me we couldn't tell him what it was to look like.
Right.
And I said, you mean to tell me they can put OSB on it and paint it bright pink? And she goes, yep. I said, wow, only in the city.
Yeah. But you know what, they did a real.
Oh, it's beautiful.
They did.
Yeah, they did
And
beautiful.
actually, I don't know if you've noticed well, you don't see it because you're not back in Nathaniel's Grove. I'm back there doing house inspections. They've got a little walkway that goes back to the house.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, so it kind of connects a little bit.
Now you're back in there doing inspections on,
I go when they stake houses. I've been out doing, that's part of my new, since we've got Max and we've got Tori now as our administrative person. We share her with the Fire Prevention Bureau.
okay.
She does a lot of administrative stuff. That's why for the meetings for zoning commission and BZA, I'm kind of back from that now. They get all the mailings out, all the notifications, they publish, get everything put together. So I have to get hold of Max sometimes and say, okay, what are we doing? What do we have to do? I'm not part of it.
So you go out and make sure that they stake out the,
My big thing is now I mostly issue the permits. And then I follow up with inspections for fences, decks, pools, houses. I have to go out, I got my little orange wheel.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
for measuring distances, yes.
I go out and I measure and now we don't go down to the inch, but
Yeah.
we measure
Yeah.
setbacks
Sure.
for the houses. And I have them show me, mark where they're gonna, either staked or, neon paint, where the fence is gonna go, where the accessory structure, or the accessory structure is gonna go. And then I sign off on it and I give them a copy of the sheet that's got the inspection information on it. So I'm doing a lot, every permit I issue, with the exception of driveways, right-of-way permits, and tents, I don't do inspections on. Fire department does tents.
tents.
Yeah, when we issue tent permits,
After at a certain size, the
Oh,
fire permit requires,
okay.
Yeah.
not just like not a sleeping tent, like a.
oh, no.
I'm thinking, huh?
Like it's,
Like wedding receptions?
tournaments and that kind of
Right,
thing, where they have
okay.
bigger tents, yeah.
Yeah.
They go out and do that, and then, we issue the right-of-way permits and the driveway permits for the road department, so they go out and do their own inspections on stuff. We don't do those, but, and I hadn't done that before, but now that some of this other stuff has shifted out of my sphere, I am doing more inspections and that type of stuff. I'm doing.
That's
they
what,
want me to
that's
get
where you
more
found the
help.
time to do minutes.
Do what?
That's where you
They
found
want me to get caught up on my minutes, and I'm still working really
Right,
hard.
but
Really
you-
hard. But, now that that's shifted off, I do have a little more time to spend on my minutes. I do get out, we've moved from being a little more proactive to being complaint-driven
Right.
in light of having me do so many inspections and this other stuff that they want me to get involved in.
Speaking of complaints,
Spurgeon.
the red Camaro with no headlights in it, still sitting in the yard
Where?
at Ankeny Road in Dayton Xenia.
Ankeny and Dayton Senior.
Absolutely.
Still sitting there.
Oh,
Now he's pulled it around to the side of the house, so it's
Yeah.
even closer to the road.
Yeah.
I didn't see it didn't have headlights. Maybe
It ain't got no headlights in it.
I don't
It's-
even remember seeing it.
It's
from
been
there.
gutted. It's red. It's bright red. You can't miss it.
Yeah, that must be a newer one. I've
No, it's
seen
not.
that
Same one.
Well, no, I've not seen the red one. I've seen he's got the RV, he's got the trailer.
He's got that Camaro was sitting in the backyard on the north side, northwest
Okay.
corner. He's brought that around now to the south side of the house and closer to the road, facing the road, no headlights in it, no engine in it.
Okay.
I think
can-
no
I can do
license
something
plates.
about that. I can do something about that.
You know what I'm talking about, right,
Especially
Andy?
with the-
Oh, I
with
see
the
that.
property maintenance code we have now, I can
You know,
send
I don't think the trailer's there at the moment.
Okay.
I
Oh,
bet-
no, he's had that there. That's never left.
Yeah, I don't,
can tell y'all that that property has submitted a lot combination, for the express purpose of putting a large garage
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah.
He owns the property next to it, it's actually two parcels.
It's
Two
two
lots.
separate
Yeah, I know
parcels.
there is. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
he can't put a garage on a parcel with no primary structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we
To
can't.
construct it, he needs to combine. them.
So he's
Combine.
gonna
Are
combine
we,
them, but
uh,
his thought was to build an accessory
we still on the
structure, 'cause
record?
he said
Yeah.
the
Did
vehicles
we
are
close
his
before we
hobby,
have any?
that he
Uh,
likes working on them.
No,
so
this is
so-
under new business.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
because
So
that,
he's talked about
that was the
building an
question I was
accessory
gonna ask,
structure
is
and
it a new
moving
business? And
stuff in
this is
there.
what this is.
now,
The only problem with that, he works on cars all the time.
Yeah, he does.
Well, I
It's,
have to be able to.
it's a business,
Well,
there's
I
no
have to be able
question
to
about it,
prove that, though.
yeah.
I have to be able to prove it, and every
You're
time I've
absolutely
driven by,
right.
I've
Just-
not seen.
Well,
I
I
guess if you see
I
him
can
working
tell you
on
right
cars
now-
every day, that doesn't prove it,
I'm not gonna
That's
approve,
true. That's true.
yeah.
I'm not gonna approve some huge building there.
He,
No, we'll have to see when.
Not with
when
all
he
those
comes
houses
in.
right there.
Yeah.
No way.
Right now, he's still
That would
taking care
stick-
of the lot split, and we've
that would
not-
stick out like a
not
sore
gotten
thumb.
anything. Yeah.
But
Is-
yeah,
he's got cars jacked up there all the
yep,
time.
he sure does.
Yep.
Engines out
All
of
the
them and
time.
everything else.
Yeah, I see, when I've driven by, there was one time I sent him a letter, there was a car up against, it was like an SUV up against the garage that was jacked up and it was missing tires.
Well, you sent him a letter about that Camaro too, cause I think you told me, and
Did I send him? a
Yes,
letter?
you have.
It's been a while.
because he's moved it around in the yard.
It was
I
way
I
in the
don't
back.
remember anything without headlights and without an engine, so I'll have to go by and get a picture. I'll
Well, it's
go
got
out
the hood down
tomorrow.
on it, but I mean,
But so I can cite that under the property maintenance
Right.
code that the township adopted then.
Now, him having his
An
camper
operable
trailer-
vehicle, obviously, there's no engine.
right,
It's not.
It's not operable,
well,
yeah.
there's no headlights.
Yeah,
There's no headlights, so he's obviously not driving it down the road.
yeah.
And I don't think there's any current license plates on it. So,
I will get out tomorrow and take a look at that.
he can have that camper trailer parked there, right?
You
Yeah.
can have it there, you just can't live in it.
Yeah.
I don't,
And
Yeah, I
it
don't
has
think
to
he
be
was
at
living
least
in it.
5
I don't-
feet
I
from
don't
the
think-
property line, and it's a little
Right.
hard for me to tell.
Right.
That vacant lot's on the corner, and he's got it kinda moved out, so I don't know if it's actually 5 feet from the property line or
Yeah,
not.
'cause he's gonna have two setbacks, a front yard and a side yard setback.
Two front yards,
Yeah.
yeah.
2 front yards on that corner lot, yeah, well, once he combines it,
And he has a history of what he's been doing there.
Yeah.
so.
Is there,
yeah.
is there any other new business you see coming?
Well, like I mentioned, I guess it's for the zoning commission, but I did bring up that we've been updating the zoning resolution pretty aggressively this year. We're currently in the midst of doing kind of an omnibus update to the resolution that's gonna cover almost every section, everything from grammatical improvements to new sections that deal with, what we're anticipating is kind of a hybrid model for accessory structure size that's gonna have a floor. No matter your lot size, you can have up to, we've seen 720 feet be the median
Uh-huh.
for the surrounding areas. And then have a scaling as your lot size scales up, you start going into, maybe it's 15% of lot coverage for accessory buildings at 1 acre, between 1 and 2, and after 2 acres, 20%. I mean, we're looking at the numbers, but that's the overall model that we see happening there. For the BZA, we don't have anything in the pipeline, in terms of any cases that we're aware of coming up in the near future. I would like to ask you guys something just to get kind of see what their mood is on it, see what the thoughts are on it. But it involves some sensitive information about a potential retail client, so I was hoping to once we close the meeting, just get a general sense of a question for each of you. But I would also try to understand whether or not that would violate sunshine rules. I'm not asking for a motion or anything, just trying to get a sense of, I guess.
How we feel about
What you would consider a similar use.
Take our temperature, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way to put it.
Yeah, take our
Yeah.
temperature. Yeah,
Put
okay,
some feelers out.
okay.
Then with that, I move that we
Make
close,
a move.
make a motion to close, adjourn, rather.
Okay, and you've seconded?
I'll second.
Sandy? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Never have it.
No, no.